was going to say too, like I've worked with a number of celebrities before they were famous. And I got to tell you 2 good stories. One, this really incredible actor came in and I loved her. And we were actually flying to Italy. And so it was a juicy role because we were getting to shoot in Rome. And she was hands down, she was really good. And the agency loved her too. And then the client didn't want to go with her. And I knew why. She is, and I feel terrible saying this, but hopefully this will get back to her. But the client said they didn't like her and they couldn't give a reason. And I knew what the reason was. They wanted someone who looked traditionally textbook pretty. They wanted like an Alicia Silverstone or whatever. And I said, no, give me a reason why you don't like her. I understand, like, just please tell me why. And they said, oh, she has a lisp. And I said, I didn't hear a lisp. And they said, and we called her agent. Does she have a lisp? No, she has a retainer. She'll take it out. She was like a teenager or something, in her early 20s. They did let me cast her. Her name is Elizabeth Moss.
What?
A beautiful woman. A beautiful, interesting woman.
A killer on screen.
One more story for you. And
listen, I love these stories because I think they just really illustrate the techniques that I speak about, but in story form, which are so much more interesting than telling the techniques. So
I have 25 years worth of stories for you. So I was casting a role called The Weird Guy. It was like a giant, multiple commercials, giant cast. And it was a vignette, little teeny cameo role in one of the vignettes. And we needed to cast the weird guy. And this one guy came in and I saw him and I was like blown away. I was like, holy shit, this guy. And the agency was like, he's too weird to play the weird guy. And I was like, it's the weird guy. He's perfect. He's amazing. Like, and then I saw him in a play, an off Broadway Chekhov play. And I went up to him, my friend was in it, and I saw him, he was also in it. And I said, dude, I am going to cast you. I loved you in that commercial. I'm so sorry I couldn't cast you. I'm going to give you a role. Don't you worry. And he was like, cool, thank you. Well, shortly after, Adam Driver got cast on Girls. And I had the pleasure of, I worked with that agency again, like seriously, like 8 years later. And I love her. She's brilliant. She's amazing. She's a creative director. She's a friend of mine. And I said to her, I never do I told you so's, but can I just do one I told you so? She's like, who? I go, do you know who you wouldn't let me cast? And she's like, who? I'm scared. And I'm like, Adam Driver. And she was like, he's my favorite actor. And I'm like, not back then he wasn't. Mm-hmm.